Hey guys, welcome to the Point of It All podcast. It's your boy Billy Ellisman, aka Mr. Two Socks himself, aka the Black Teddy Ruxpin, aka the best seat in the house now. You might be wondering why I'm talking real low, real sexy, like real whispers in the dark type vibe. It's because it's real late and I ain't feel like yelling. So there you go. But I just want to let you guys know that this is not going to be a normal podcast. This is going to be a bonus one, if you will. We got ladies on here this time, so it's not going to be me, myself, River, and Fred Maktub. No, it's going to be a group of women with us, just on the sideline talking, and we just wanted to get them together, discuss a few things about relationships in general, PAs and DAs, dick appointments and pussy appointments, of course, and catching feelings, which some would say is an epidemic. I'm just joking. No, I applaud these ladies because not only were willing to talk, but they were drinking all at the same time. So it made for a better podcast. So thanks again to the ladies. If you're listening, don't worry, there will be another full episode. I just wanted to give you this bonus episode real quick first, just so the ladies can hear, them sides of themselves. It's always the guy's perspective on things on the show, but we don't get too many women on here, and when we do, it's always a good time. So I want to thank the liquor that they were sipping, and I just want to thank the ladies in general. And with no further ado, check us out.
Point of It All podcast. Continue our conversation from last week about PAs, DAs, pussy appointments, dick appointments, friends with benefits. The difference is we have on the dais a group of women. We got the other side of it.
Yes, we do.
And they're liquored up. Just a forewarning. We posed the question about individuals that set up PAs, DAs, friends with benefits, and then catch feelings later. All right, those that can't, those that can't keep that same energy from the beginning. When, just so we're clear, it was established at the beginning that it was only a sexual interaction.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna start to my right. How do you feel on the subject about people catching feelings after it was established that this is what it is?
Well, I just feel that if you established it was friends with benefits, the dude, first of all,
She's smoking weed. Ooh.
First of all, the dude, if he said, all right, like, hey, yo, girl, like, I got a girl on the side or whatever, it's just friends with benefits, or even if he was just single, like, I ain't trying to be in a relationship, it is what it is. And the girl was like, all right, cool, whatever, it is what it is. But later on, if y'all fucking and continue to fuck, right? Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Then essentially one person going to catch feelings. But essentially one person wants to catch a relationship. One of them. Because either one's in the relationship, one's not. Either or. Right? So if one...
Wait, but why agree to it if later on down the line you're planning on it becoming more after it's established that it's only sexual?
All right. Okay, so both of you guys are not in a relationship and it's just sexual, then who's going to be in fault? Like, to catch feelings, really. If the girl was like, hey, like, I don't want to be in this. Like, I already told you what it is. Why are you tripping on me? Why are you catching feelings? Why are you calling my phone? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But it's vice versa at the same time because, like, man, sometimes I feel like dudes be bitches at times. Like, I really do. I really do.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna keep. You sure you good, right? Look, wait, hold on. She was shy. She stepped out. Wait, oh, you're not done? You want to say something? Okay.
I just agree with what you
Nothing? Okay, animation.
Okay, what it is. I feel like at the first beginning initial, if you both said that it's just a sexual encounter and that's it, then you should keep it platonic and that's it. And if a person actually has, if a person is catching feelings, then then you need to cut it off. Because from initially, that's what you wanted and that's what it is. And you need to reiterate that actual conversation from the first beginning. If not, cut them off. It is what it is. Like, that's all I got to say about that. But if the dick is good, hold on. But then you're expecting a conversation and then it's going to become problems because the guy is actually catching feelings, and if you got to cut it off, or if you're feeling reciprocated, I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. Wait. But hold on. If like you said, the dick is good, you're getting it anyway in this scenario. So where does the feelings come in?
I mean, but you can't control what you feel, though. Your emotions are your emotions.
But is your emotions coming from the sex being good or for the actual person?
And that's where the question lies.
Yeah,
that's where the question lies, and that's the conversation.
Then both parties need to be upfront on what they want out of.
See, but we're talking about you're upfront in the beginning, but somebody changes, male or female.
Cut it off. That's it.
Well, put it like this: females are not very easy to just cut it off, as opposed to males. Like males can just be like, "Well, shit, not me, shit, I'll stop here."
Women go through a lot of shit. Yeah. And to get me wrong, like everybody has their own story and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, if you establish that boundaries and if it's not established or anything whatsoever, then you got to cut it off and just be like, I'm sorry. Like, this is not what I signed up for. And you move on from the situation.
Okay.
I agree with everything. I agree with most of what she said, the person before. But when the person catches feelings, and then that person, like for instance, us women, we're the emotional ones. We have that conversation with the dude, and they're like, well, no, it was just sex. We're the one that gets more emotional, and then we get in our feelings like, damn, why not? Why don't you feel the same way back and forth? Some people have that situation.
No, it's the dudes. Dudes get more emotional than females. You can't just have somebody that you screwing at the same time. Man, no, because the dudes be more emotional. You be like, okay, this is what it is. It's just for this. And like she said, what if it's good and you like, damn, this motherfucker think we in a whole relationship. We're not in a relationship, but I want what you got. But damn, I can't come get what you got because you thinking we're in a relationship and I don't want that part of you. I just want this to hit and go about my business. That's when the mixed feelings come into play, and then that's when you trick a nigga into actually thinking that he's in a relationship. And that's when you gotta cut it off. That's when you gotta cut it off and just be like, you know what, I love the dick. But at the end of the day, like Spider-Man, maybe you're winning.
Be like, oh, your pussy's so good, like I want that shit. Hold on, but I'm gonna think about a guy's perspective, right? These dudes out here be like, man, all I want is this fucking pussy, yo. I just want to fuck, yo.
Some females actually.
Okay, wait, but no. Hold on, I'm gonna think on a guy's perspective, right? Okay. So dudes be like, man, I just want to fuck, like I just want to get my nut off, right?
Where I was coming from.
Like, man, I love you, baby. I'm gonna give you whatever. No, I love you. Hold on, wait. Not I love you. Hold on. Not I love you, but hey, baby, I'm gonna give you what you want, what you need at that night. But that's to get what you want.
Exactly.
Like guys, some guys think with their dicks.
Okay, wait. So let me go off what you said. You can't technically be thinking with your dick if it's established. If established that it's only sexual. So what's wrong with thinking with your dick if it's only supposed to be sexual?
Exactly.
But then the girl needs to realize how she already is. Like, if she already knows that and if she's the one that get attached, then she needs to be like, oh, wait, hold on, I can't keep fucking you because you know I'm going to get fucking attached. Because I'm the type of one, if we're going to keep fucking and sex is good, like, if you tell me, fuck you, like, no, like, I want that fucking dick, but...
So you're saying you're emotionally gonna get attached.
Oh, no.
Yes,
You will get attached.
And now I'm the one be like, look, nigga. No girl can say that she's not emotionally attached for somebody that she's been fucking for like
not
for
if you
months
stop it at
unless
a
you
certain
stop
time.
it.
Coming from experience, coming from a 10-year relationship and going from actually experiencing myself and actually having my own single life, I could sit there and say and I could draw that line. And if you feel like you're catching feelings, then you got to step off and be like, look, this is what you have to have that conversation. Right. If you don't have that conversation, if that guy is not feeling the same way, then okay, you got to step away. But if you're feeling the same way that he is, you got to have that conversation. And that's when the line is crossed right there. And it is what it is. And this is coming from a single woman, that has a child and all that stuff, and a single woman. But it is what it is.
She's a single woman.
Yes, I am.
She's single. Right.
And I said that twice.
Right. We're gonna make sure.
But I'm happy. And sometimes you have to draw that line. And everybody goes through different situations. And that's where I'm trying to get at. Now, from your situation, everybody handles situations different. And that's where the line sometimes get crossed to the other side and vice versa.
So let me ask you a question. If you're starting to like this guy, do you wait and see if eventually he gets feelings for you, or the minute you recognize you have feelings for him, you have a conversation with him right then?
You have to have that open communication, because if you don't, then that's when everything starts as a lie. Like, you don't have to have, everybody feels different ways, so you have to be on the same page. If you're not, then you're not going to click at the same time.
I feel like, speaking on Anna's perspective, because she's old school Mexican, she always tells me, like, I don't want no dude. I'm not going to go up to a person and tell him this and this. I want that dude coming up to me. But she's Hispanic. But she's the old school Hispanic. Like, that's how she thinks. I'm just speaking for how she thinks.
Of course. You gotta.
And she's always like, no, I want this dude to tell me this and this. Like, if he likes me and he wants this and this, like, I want him to.
But that's the way she was raised. That's the way she was raised. That's the way she was brought up. And that goes back to family values and all that stuff. Right. Everybody has their own culture, and everybody, it ties onto it, but everybody has their own bit, and they could branch off into other things. But
so what you're saying is nip it in the bud. You feel that way towards that person, you need to nip it in the bud and tell him.
Right. Basically. And if it's not reciprocated, then you got to cut it and don't waste my time. Yeah. I'm going to be 30 this year, and it is what it is. Like, I don't have time to be wasting on a guy that's going to be playing around with games. So therefore, you better tell me, and I'll be okay, take it in the chin and on to the next adventure, and that's what it is. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Well, so then you guys got the female point of view of it all. I don't know how many questions that answered, but it was you definitely get everybody's opinions about catching feelings on PAs, DAs, and friends with benefits.
I guess they got their little information about PAs and DAs.
Yeah. I mean, the line was drawn.
Everybody's different. The guy just established right in his bag. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only want pussy, and 90% of the females only want dick, and it's like, damn, why you just ain't that in the beginning?
It's 90%. Wait.
It's a lot of pussy. Y'all, let's look at the wrong.
Thank you. I'm like, we're 90%. I must be running to the 10% all the time. I think y'all running to the 10%. Okay, so this is.
Okay, I want to hear y'all perspective, because obviously we have talked a lot, so I want to hear y'all perspective. Like,
absolutely. So
definitely.
This is from my perspective, personally. I always come into any situation with any person I meet. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm not looking for. This is what I want. This is what I'm willing to deal with. Take it or leave it.
Right.
That's it. I've been single long enough to know that this is what works for me, and I'm not looking to get into anything where I feel like I'm rushing it. So if you're okay with that, we cool.
Right.
The problem is okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. And then after a couple months in, then it's like, why you don't check? Or you didn't check up on me today? I haven't heard from you today.
See, because you ain't kicked it down in a while, so that's why the fuck she went off on your motherfucking ass. You so powerful. Baby, I need to come slide on you real fast. She be like, all right, come on, don't you dick it down like that. She ain't call you for the next 3-4 days.
Okay. That's how I'm listening to the girl.
That's what happened to your girl.
Okay.
That's true.
So if I'm dicking her down on the regular,
She ain't gonna stalk your ass at all. She gonna give a fuck with you. Downstairs, Billy, Bob, and Jean. Now, y'all could have been at the party. She looked at that shit like, damn. Let me see if he coming over here when he get done. Shit, what the fuck? Damn, nah, you ain't dicked it down. So she got mad at your ass, and that's when she was like, damn, why the fuck you ain't called me or something?
Okay. So what about the ones? Just broke it down in 10 seconds. Yeah, broke it down in 10 seconds.
She didn't want to talk. Also, I was waiting for, and she didn't want to talk.
Right.
Jackie was right. She was gonna want to talk.
So let's get it right. Like if me and you were like, hey, let's just fuck, right? Mm-hmm. Later on, like 2, 3, 4 weeks later.
As long as we have it established in the beginning that this is all it is, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay.
As soon as you start catching feelings like,
okay,
what's up? Then I'm kind of like, then that's when I'm kind of a little bit standoffish.
The only fact is, I think guys, like if we start getting like cuddly feelings,
see, that's where I cut it off.
And you see overnight.
See, this is where we talked about this before. If our line is established as all we doing is having sex and that's it, I don't communicate on the phone. We don't spend the night. We don't have regular conversations.
Go home.
I've learned how to deal with that. And to be honest with you, I'm okay with it. If you're in the same page with the opposite sex, then it is what it is.
Hey, you don't say this like,
okay, what are you still doing here?
Like go home, like we done, like go home.
It's like, okay, I'm packing myself home, or if you come over to my house, I'm expecting you
and
to
we
pack
both want to
see
what it is, and fine, right? Fine, right? Okay. It is what it is, right?
If it's a situation where there's somebody that I'm really like, I'm really attracted to her, but I'm not looking to be in a relationship, I'll let her know in the beginning, look, I'm not looking for nothing serious. We can go ahead and have fun with each other. And if eventually it turns into something, then it turns into something. But at this point, don't get your heart set into it being something that's going to develop. Because my mind doesn't change. My mind is like, once I say, this is what it is, I'm set.
Go ahead, you rocking. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
No, we need that.
No, it's okay.
At the end of the day, you guys need to have a conversation every time. If somebody's feeling the
every time
opposite,
when, though? Like, how often are you supposed to have the same conversation with somebody?
when somebody feels the thing, and that's the responsibility of an adult having an adult situation. If you draw the line, then you got to check yourself and be like, oh, hold up. Like, I need to check myself and be like, all right, this is how I feel. How do you feel? And then if you don't reciprocate, then we got to draw that line and be like, okay, you're not in my lane. And you're not at my lane.
And I typically cut it off at that
exactly.
point. If I start
as long as you have that communication with the certain individual, then it is what it is. Like,
and we had that one conversation like, okay, so are we going to develop anything? Then I know I need to cut it off, because the fact that you even brought that up as a topic lets me know that your heart is getting
but
a
at least you're human enough and actually sit there and have that conversation and be like, you know what, this is not what it is. So I gotta reiterate that conversation that we had previously before.
And that was my next question. If you do start catching feelings, but the other person told you that's not what it is, are you gonna tell them, or do you be like, well, they already told me that this is not it, so I'm just keep my feelings to myself and continue with the sex thing and not even bring it up because I don't want to fuck things up? Or do you just be like, you know what, let me go on here, be brave. They may feel how I feel, so let me just go and throw it out to them and see if they feelings change from 2, 4, 6 months ago.
everybody is different. Everybody has deals with situations different. So therefore, I can't speak to everybody else, but for myself, I would actually stop myself and actually tell the other person. If the other person does not feel the same way, then we have to go separate ways, and it is what it is. Because I'm at the point in my life where I've been there, done that. I played all the games, and I'm not at that point in my life where I want to play games. So if you're straight up with me, I could be man enough to, I'll be like, all right, you or at least told me. I'll be hurt. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I'll be like, all right, well, on to bitter and bad things, you know.
That's the maturity.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because there's some women that are like that, and then they still eventually come back like...
Yeah, but this is speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anybody else but myself, Elizabeth Luna. But at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. Like,
but I'm just saying, being truthful, though. If you can't be truthful about the whole situation, like, a lot of times I see people, they tell lies to see if that's what the other person wants. But now, if you can't tell the truth, you don't know what it boils down to. The truth is ultimately going to be the thing that's going to make the final decision. Once you start them lying and everything else, it's like it goes everywhere. You don't know if that person got feelings. You don't know if that person like you. You don't know if this person just only wants the dick from you or the pussy from you. So it's that ultimate of telling the truth. People lie too much.
So what if you were dating? You were dating somebody. What if you were dating who's that? What if you're dating somebody for about a year and a half? You guys break up because guy's like,
no.
Well, when you're talking about dating,
just hold on.
Okay.
The guy's like, you know, you need to get your shit together. Like, like we're not together. But after you guys broke up, you guys are still
smashing each other,
fucking each other. But he's still saying, stop fucking calling me like you're fucking being annoying, blah blah blah. But when you don't call him, he's the one fucking contacting you.
So like, because he just wanted the dick and you couldn't handle it. I'm saying he just wanted the pussy and you couldn't handle it. So and he wasn't on that shit. He only wanted to smash, and your ass didn't understand that he wanted to smash. I understand. He's saying he don't like you. He just want to smash from you from time to time. He don't want you calling him. He wants you to understand that y'all are not in a relationship. He may get drunk. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. He can't call boo boo fool, so he gonna call your motherfucking ass and he want to smash, and you going for it, so he gonna continue to call.
After a year and a half though, and he's still
it don't matter. It don't matter. But guys, they still want to smash if they can smash. If they ain't got no other option, baby, they gonna still contact you. And if you continue to let him back in to smash, guess what he's gonna do? Continue to smash. But on the side of you still in your feelings. So at the same time, you thinking he's smashing like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it to him because he gonna maybe want to be back in this relationship. And he don't want your ass. He only want to smash, but you don't got it in your head to know.
Pussy is power, you guys. So it's what you allow it to have. And that's all I'm gonna say. And everybody is different. Everybody deals with situations different. But I do understand. I do understand where you're coming from because, like I said, I've been in different situations where I'm going to be close in September of this year. I'm going to be turned 30. But I have gone through situations where I have matured more than my years. And I have understand where you have to be happy with your own self. If you don't respect yourself, then that's when everything comes into play and everything.
Yeah, when I got my 30s, I thought I was in my 20s. Like,
exactly. But dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, no. What?
She whooped just to be clear when she got in her 30s. So what you say, bro?
I agree with you say on that. I also feel like that's a situation where that guy wants to be able to have his cake and eat it too. Like he wants to be able to have right.
You know that the guy has feelings though, even though like
but he's not done. He's not done playing the field.
Right.
He wants to still be able to keep you on the side as that option, just in case. Once he's done having his fun being single, and he could be like, you know what? Okay, I'm done. I'm fucked enough chicks. Let me go ahead and get with my main shorty and be back with her because I know she's been with me for the longest.
She'll
rock with me after I've had my fun.
She be young and they become crazy maniacs and stalking. Like I said, become Spider-Man and shit. Right. You be like, get your ass out of here. I just know from experience.
But see, that's the thing where people in general have to pay attention to the signs that they're given.
Exactly.
If a guy is playing both of the fields like that, you really have to be able to put your emotions aside. Think logically. Okay, he's over here acting like this, but then when it comes
some girls don't think like that.
No, they don't.
And that's the problem. A lot of women don't think logically. They just think with their emotions. Yeah. And a lot of guys feed off of that, like, well, she's not gonna think logically, so I can continue to play this game because she ain't gonna think none the wiser. So I'm gonna continue to put all this stuff over her head so she can't even see it, and I'm gonna continue to just kind of get at her at this certain level because I know she's going to read off of that, basically.
Okay, let me throw this at you. But some of them aren't playing games. Some guys are actually upfront, and they let you know if a woman say, hey, am I the only person you with? They'll honestly say, you're not. And then if that girl continues to go like, well, maybe down the road, despite what he got on the side, he'll still see something in me, and we can make something.
But that's not.
I understand, but if you take it to that, if you still got that mentality, like he'll find something to me eventually, then it's not on the guy that you got hurt in the long run, because he was honest with you through all the questions. I'm only talking about the ones that's honest.
Right, the ones that's honest.
Right. He was honest with every question that you asked him. Like, you're not the only one. My feelings have not changed. I only want this to be what it is.
Right.
If you don't get out of it, that's on you, because you didn't get out of it after he gave you all this information.
But some people will say, as men, we supposed to be like, you know what? We got to get out of it. We got to take that route and get out of it as well.
Oh, because she unveiled her feelings.
Because she unveiled her feelings.
Right.
And obviously she's not going to get out of it for herself. So we got to get out of it for her. So that way we don't come off looking like the fuck boy. Because we was honest from jump, 100%. Because otherwise it's kind of like, well, if you still fucking with me, obviously, so what's going on? I thought we could form something else.
But then there's the lack of communication, though. And that's when you need to be responsible enough to be an adult, and a responsible adult to be like, you know what? This is not what I signed up for. And then you need to walk away. Because if she's not responsible enough to actually have that conversation, then you need to step away. And that's your job as a man to actually be like, you know what? Fuck it. But if you're not, then you already know what you're playing into. You already know what you're playing into.
They're going to feel like
and
we
it
still
could go
have
back
to,
and forth, and it could have more mixed emotions, and everybody's different. Like, everybody deals with situations different. I can only speak to myself, and that's my point.
So let me ask this: should the person step off if the other person says, even though I have these feelings, I can continue how we were? The feelings won't change anything. I have them. So the other party should step.
Those feelings, it ain't going nowhere. They're going to become worse and worse throughout the whole situation.
So you should look at them like a liar, basically.
No, it's not them being a liar. They may have went into the whole situation knowing that this was only for whatever reason, for sex purposes only. Once they already told you that they're starting to catch feelings, to me, it's time to cut it off. Because in the long run, it's not going to do nothing but get worse, because they're gonna eventually think like she said, that you're gonna eventually come around and want to be with them, and you're not gonna want to be with them, because in their head they're like, okay, I already told him that I have feelings, and he keeps coming back to me. So in his head, in my head, maybe I think he really wants to be with me. He just don't want to admit to it at this time, but he just want to smash, and you don't have it in your head. So at that time, it's time to cut it off. The person who doesn't have the feelings, who already was in the beginning established that it was only for sex wise, they need to cut it off and find another sex buddy.
Right, because they're not emotionally attached. And that's the crazy part, is that they're not being sympathetic of the other person, because the other person can't let go. And they don't know how to let go. And maybe it's because of their personal experiences, or is because of other issues they may have had. You cannot judge a person by what they're feeling. So therefore, it's your responsibility to actually cut that shit off.
What's that movie like, The Situation with Justin Timberlake?
No strings attached.
Friends with benefits. That's what it's called. Friends with benefits.
You sure it wasn't?
With the skinny girl from 70s show. That 70s show? That's Friends with Benefits.
It might have been Friends with Benefits.
I think it.
But both of them had caught feelings.
Yes.
Both of them caught feelings.
And that happens. That happens. That happens.
On both sides.
That happens.
When the girl established like what she wanted, like, this is just strictly fucking sex, but then.
But if both parties is feeling the same thing, then okay, that's beautiful. You want to support that. But if one is not feeling the other way, then you need to cut it off. Because it's not fair for the other person. It's not fair for the other person. And that's what's wrong with this society today. That is one society.
Some guys don't do that. Some girls just...
I know, but that's when you need to take accountability into your own actions and just be like, you know what, I need to take myself out of it.
They've been saying it all for me.
Because I've been there, done that, and I can't. Like, I'm here for the long run, and if the dick is good, then
It goes back to that.
It goes back. Then you start.
if the dick is good, then you need to put yourself some boundaries and just not have any feelings. If you cannot have any feelings, then you need to cut that shit off.
Okay, wait. I just want to keep touching on what if the dick is good. Well, hold on. You're getting it. You're getting that. Right. You're getting it. The dick. Okay, wait. I understand. Wait. Hold on. The dick or the pussy doesn't make the guy or the girl. No, but what I'm saying is the anatomy doesn't make the person. So the person you may not want to be with, you just want their anatomy. So if you're catching but if you're catching feelings for some of these situations, you're not catching feelings for the person. You're catching it's for the sex.
But what if you are attached to the person though still?
Then it's not about the dick. It's the person.
And
But
that's
then
something that you need
it's
to
gonna
check.
matter
That goes right back to you being attached and you think it's a relationship, but it ain't a relationship.
Right.
That's a damn booty call, and that's all it is.
But
Just a booty call.
it's
what
going
I
to
said
depend on how those feelings got evolved in the first
Because
place.
you can be just attached to the dick. You can not have a whole.
Well, what if the guy continues to saying I could have just dropped your ass like months ago, but he's still fucking coming back to you?
Because it's available.
I was gonna say because you coming back.
No guy's gonna turn down available pussy. I'm sorry.
Because he knows that you're gonna give it, and you're gonna give it. So that's why he keeps coming back to you.
But this is the problem. But this is the problem with guys because we're not gonna turn down available pussy, even when you give us that warning of I'm catching feelings. We're like, okay, she catching feelings, but that's still available pussy and it's good pussy.
But
so
see, that's with the responsible.
And that's the problem.
That's the problem. That is the problem. Because that's when you need to detach yourself from that situation and move the fuck on.
And that's when.
And that's when
But the pussy's good.
I understand that. But don't complain when the issues come into play then.
Wait. Hold on. Okay. It's some hypocrisy there. Wait. It's some. I'm playing devil's advocate. There's some hypocrisy there because what you're saying is when you tell the other person about these feelings, that the other person should back off. Well, if you know you got these feelings and they don't feel the same way, why aren't you backing off?
But
why is it on the other party?
I will argue that because at the same time, not a lot of people are mature enough to actually handle that situation because of certain situations. So therefore, if you're not feeling the same type of way, then you need to step off and be like, you know what, this is not what I signed up for. And that's the mature way to handle that situation. I'm not saying that everybody is actually handle that situation. Everybody's handled it in their own separate way. But this is how I would handle it. Like that's everybody's different. Everybody's different. And I can't judge who the other person is dealing with. At the same time, like you need to cut that line off and just know which one you're dealing with.
What's the score?
I'm getting bingo about 17, 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he can cut this part out. We ain't.
That's what I was.
Yeah. What you got, man? You been kind of the least.
I got one more question.
Okay.
I gotta get this grill going for this chicken.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
My question is for women.
Okay.
How long do you think you could be in a situation where it's been established that there is no relationship forming? It's just PAs, DAs,
Strictly dickly.
It's just sex and that's it only.
It depends on the woman. Mm-hmm.
But he asking you, everybody
me
personally.
Me where I'm at right now, I would let them know. I would let them know. I would let them know from the get-go what exactly I'm looking for, and that's it. And I already know.
In hell, two people are just gonna fuck, and not one of them are gonna have true attached. Someone's gonna catch you. Someone's gonna catch you.
Somebody is gonna catch, and I'm not saying
At a certain
that's
point
not
in
gonna
time.
happen. I'm not
My
saying
time
that.
frame is 15 months. I'm sorry. I can't know that. 15 months.
That is so exact.
That is so rare.
No, but it's funny. It's just listen, 15 months, 17 days, and 3 hours.
She's kind of accurate.
If you want to be a savage, be a savage. If not, then keep it moving and on to the next, because you can't play oh my God, I want to be in a relationship, but then be a savage. So you got to pick one or the other, and it is what it is. It's where your mindset is. If you're not ready for a relationship, as long as you're being honest with the different, your opposite sex, then it is what it is. But that's it.
So you won't get in one of those scenarios.
No,
then.
I won't. I either will cut it off or I would.
No, I mean from the beginning, it has to be gearing towards a relationship or nothing.
Or nothing.
Right,
Because
okay.
I'm at the point in my life where I don't want to play no games. And if you're not at that level where you're going to push me into another direction, into pushing me into the next level, then I don't know why you're in my life.
Look,
and it could be sex. It could be sex. And I have other, we have rotations and it is what it is. But
we want to fuck. We want to fuck.
Exactly. And that's it. And some females can. Some people can't.
You want to fuck? You want to fuck.
Argument. That's the argument. That is the argument. Some people can handle it, and some people can't. And I'm gonna walk away from the situation.
But if I love you, like if I have feelings for you, like I'm gonna tell you.
You know what? You're a loving person. Actually. That's the second time I've heard love from you. You're a loving person, huh?
Feelings and loving somebody are two different
things. I'm gonna tell you, like, hey, we've been fucking for a while. I love your ass.
No, I want that's gold right there. No, let's go. Wait. No. If y'all been fucking, you love his ass. It's cool. Don't chill.
I love your ass, but you give me the dick real good. I love your ass.
I can't wait to listen to this podcast.
Sonny, I love you.
I love you. Baby, we've been fucking for 10 years and I love you, girl.
It's been 27 minutes. I just love you. All right. And this concludes our conversation on DAs, PAs, friends with benefits.
You can hear her, man.